DARPA is on a mission to revolutionize drone aviation, and this month, more than 70 teams converged on an airfield in Ohio to be part of that transformation. They met in an event called the Lift Challenge, each hoping to win portion of millions of dollars in prize money. The challenge: to design a drone that could carry 4 times its own weight and cargo, then fly it over a course designed to test its real-world practicality. The winner, a helicopter-style aerial system made by a company called Avidrone, which successfully flew the course, totaling 5 nautical miles, with 129 pounds of payload strapped to its 29-pound frame, a ratio of 3.84 to 1. While no team reached DARPA's stated 4-to-1 payload target, the top 3 teams took home more than $2 million in prize money, with additional awards given for the most revolutionary and most promising designs. We spoke with DARPA Program Manager Philip Donna Smith from the airfield, hosting the challenge, about how the teams were demonstrating new possibilities for military and commercial aviation.
Thanks so much for being here today.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
So, months ago, we talked about the DARPA Lift Challenge building up to this great event, and now it's well underway. Can you give us some of the sights and sounds, a taste of what you're seeing out in the field today?
Sure. Yeah, we just prior to this call, we had somebody down the lanes here. We're on the flight line. We've got 15 lanes set up here. And so we just had somebody try and do a competition run. I think they were at around a 3.4 payload to weight ratio, which would have put them on the leaderboard right now, probably in second place, actually. And they just barely broke the geofence, which is a rules violation. So they had to come back and restart. So that's happening down the line. Came to another one who was about to take off here, but we've got all 15 lanes up. Most of the time we have them full, depending on whether teams are ready to fly or not. We've got open to the public today. So the last 3 days of flying has been just the teams and staff ironing out all the kinks. We have the public here. We have Flight Fest. It's a beautiful day today. Not supposed to rain until tonight, so it's a great day to fly. Awesome aircraft.
Fantastic. So it's open to the public today. What are you seeing in terms of people walking around, engaging with the competitors? What does that look like?
Yeah, so we actually have allowed the public to go all the way through the hangars. So they're able to walk through each one of the hangars, see the aircraft, see the people working on them. Over the last couple of days, we've had some crashes. We've had some required, modifications to the aircraft for one reason or another. So people are hard at work making their aircraft. Being a Thursday, it's still lower population than we expect here coming up on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But still a good traffic flow. Our broadcast has been going with our great commentators. It's been really awesome. The community, which is part of a challenge, and we've seen this over the decades of DARPA doing challenges, is by getting hundreds of like-minded folks, that the same passions, the same drive and goals all together in a small area, the competition actually kind of takes a back seat. And we've already seen that now on the 4th day, where teams are helping each other out. Hey, my battery got burned up. Does anybody have another? They're passing them on. They're helping each other tune and build, swapping secrets. And that's really the value of the challenges that we found, is the community that's being built. It's been a great environment. We've seen some really great aircraft fly, some impressive crashes, but actually some impressive rebuilds. There's been a couple of people that went up in a ball of flames and smoke, and we're like, all right, they're done. And then they're like, no, we're going to rebuild. We're coming back tomorrow. We're going to do it again. And then they spend all night rebuilding and come back and try again. So it's been fun.
Can you remind us of the objectives of this challenge and also the rules? You mentioned breaking the geofence, so clearly there are some parameters that these teams have to abide by. Can you walk us through that?
See it. Okay, so there's kind of 2 sets of rules. One is on design. So that's the 55 pounds. So the aircraft plus all of its fuel sources cannot be over 55 pounds. It has to take off and land vertically within a set space. And then it has to fly within a box in the air. So it's 100 feet high and wide, or 100 feet tall, 100 feet wide, and 1,100 feet long. It's also between 100 and 200 feet. So they're flying in this corridor in the air. If they break that corridor, then they have to reset their run. The goals is very simple. We'd have this 4-to-1 payload to weight ratio, and everything else other than safety is not required. So a lot of these competitions have, an autonomy, a sensor requirement, a landing, a pick up a payload, and everything. What we wanted to do is just strip all of those, distractions away, and just say this is only about this one thing, which the hypothesis is if we can break this, then so many more opportunities come afterwards.
Well, when this comes out, the winner will be identified and have been selected, but I know that's not the end of the story. What comes after the Lift Challenge? And you talked about how some relationships are being built and conversations are happening. What comes next, and how is it going to continue to advance the key objectives here?
Yeah, so one of the cool things is we've been able to connect um, different groups of people. So one of them is an organization called Go Arrow. So they have a similar uh, challenge. They're focused on medevac delivery or transport, so human transport. They've got a challenge going next year. So we had Gwen come out here, do a little lunch and learn, get people to sign up for hers. So people have further opportunities. We were just talking with a fire department, a large fire department, who is also looking for the same capabilities. And so now even the challenges can get organized, and the community that is built can start moving and all trying to solve problems that different organizations have across the United States or even the world. So that's interesting. That's a direct thing. Um, we have the Army UAS marketplace coming. So service members can purchase some of these drones through that marketplace. And then we've had a number of VIPs come through, venture capital and private equity and all that sort of stuff. So it is about the exposure and the venue, or not the venue, but the way we have set this up to include the broadcast, to include the media interviews that we've had, all to get these teams, these mom and pops. You were talking before about what are the makeups. So there was a guy with 6 kids here. I have no idea how he had time to build an aircraft, but his wife seemed lovely. There's university teams, high school teams. There's small businesses. There's a number of the diversity is wide, which is really interesting to see. The investment opportunities, connecting the customers to the builders, and then also connecting the sub suppliers to the builders. All of that is what's happening next. And like we've seen in past challenges, the people here oftentimes combine forces and build the next generation of aircraft or whatever the challenge is. So that's what we're hoping for after this.
I love that. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Enjoy the rest of the competition. As always, great to speak with you.
Thanks, Hope. Have a good day.